was shown to be ineffective, as 087 seems to absorb excess light. Subjects' report and audio recordings confirm the distressed vocalizations from what is presumed to be a child. The source of the distress calls is estimated to be located approximately 200 meters below the initial platform. However, any attempts to descend the staircase have failed to bring subjects closer to the source. The depth of descent calculated from exploration 4, the longest exploration, is shown to be far beyond both the possible structure of both the building and geological surroundings. At this time, it is unknown if 087 has an endpoint. 087 has undergone 4 video-recorded explorations by Class D personnel. Each subject conducting an exploration has encountered 087-1, which appears as a face with no visible pupils, nostrils, or mouth. The nature of -1 is entirely unclear, but it has been determined that it is not the source of the bleeding. Subjects exhibit feelings of intense paranoia and fear when faced with -1, but it is undetermined whether said feelings are abnormal or simply natural reactions. We will now begin looking at the 4 exploration attempts done by the Foundation, starting with exploration number 1. D8 is a 43-year-old Caucasian male of average build and appearance and unremarkable psychological background. His Class D designation is a result of a demotion due to mishandling another SCP. D8 is equipped with a 75-watt flood lamp, with battery power capable of lasting 24 hours, a handheld camcorder fitted with a transmission string, and an audio headset for communication with a doctor at control. D8 steps through the doorway onto the initial platform. Despite the wattage, the flood lamp only illuminates the first 9 steps. The second platform is not visible. The doctor confirms that the flood lamp is functioning properly. D8 shines the light out the door and into the academic building's hallway. The light reaches significantly further. D8 descends for 13 steps before reaching the second platform. The platform is in the shape of a semicircle with an apparently concrete surface and walls. There are no distinct markings aside from the describe the sound. He describes it as young, either female or a very young boy. It's crying and sobbing and saying, "Please help, please." The doctor asks if he can estimate where the sound is coming from. D8 answers that it might be about 200 meters down. The subject descends another 13 steps. As he reaches the landing, audio of the child, as described, is picked up. The child alternates between sobbing, wailing, and the words, "Please help," and "down here." The level of audio is consistent with D8's report of it being approximately 200 meters below. The subject descends another 3 flights of stairs before stopping and asking if he should continue any lower. The doctor confirms that he should continue. D8 continues another 17 flights before stopping. There are no visual changes in the environment, and each flight has been a consistent 13 steps. D8 confirms that he is not getting any closer to the kid. Stereo audio confirms that the crying noise has not increased in volume and remains approximately 200 meters below the subject. The doctor tells D8 to continue. The subject continues another 28 flights before stopping, now 50 flights in total. D8 is standing on the 51st landing, counting the initial ground level landing. D8 is estimated to be 200 meters below the initial platform. 34 minutes have elapsed. The volume of the crying has not increased. The doctor tells D8 to continue. The subject hesitates before stepping down on the next stair. As the subject moves forward, the flood lamp illuminates a face located approximately at the bottom of the flight. This face belonging to -1. It appears to be the same size and shape as a human head, except it is lacking a mouth, nostrils, and pupils. The face is completely motionless, but is making direct eye contact, indicating its awareness of D8. D8 starts becoming distressed and hyperventilating. The doctor tells the subject to keep moving, but before the subject can move any further, the face jerks forward about 50 centimeters directly towards D8. D8 is heard screaming. The subject enters a panic state and rapidly ascends 087. D8 reaches the ground floor in 18 minutes, at which time he collapses and passes out. There is no sign of -1. Review of the footage indicates an equal number of flights and steps ascending as descending. is also equipped with a backpack containing 100 small LED lights with adhesive packs and battery lives of approximately 3 weeks. Lights turn on and off by compressing them. D9 shines the flood lamp down the first flight of stairs. Despite the extra wattage, the light does not illuminate beyond the 9th step. D9 is told to continue down and make sure that his flood lamp is functioning properly. D9 shines the light into the hallway. Comparison with the footage from Exploration 1 confirms it is indeed brighter. D9 pauses for 18 seconds, then descends 13 steps to the first landing and stops. At this point, D9 comments about hearing a kid. D9 hesitates, then removes one of the lights from his backpack and adheres it to the wall. He presses on the light and turns it on. The doctor asks D9 to turn off his flood lamp. D9 hesitates again before turning off the lamp. The LED light illuminates the landing, but does not extend beyond the first step either way. The doctor tells the subject to turn on the flood lamp again and continue the descent. D9 turns the flood lamp back on, then descends the next flight of stairs. As he sets foot on the landing, the audio picks up sounds of bleeding and crying, consistent with those of the first exploration. The doctor asks where the sound is coming from, to which D9 responds that it is about 150, maybe 200 meters down. The subject adheres another light to the wall and turns it on, then continues to the next landing. He adheres the third LED light to the wall and turns it on. D9 continues in this manner for the next 25 flights before stopping. He confirms that he is not getting any closer to the sound of crying, to which he is told to continue. D9 continues in the same fashion for the next 24 flights. At the 51st landing, he stops. Footage shows an arced gouge in the concrete wall, estimated to be approximately 50 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. The first step down from the landing appears to be completely smashed into rubble. D9 touches the gouge mark and comments that it feels smooth like glass and that it looks like something slashed at the wall. After being told that he must continue, D9 steps over the destroyed step and continues down the staircase. Nothing is notable at the next landing. D9 adheres an LED light to the wall and continues in the same fashion for another 38 flights. The sound of crying and bleeding his ascent of the stairs rapidly and wordlessly. The heartbeat and cracking cease, and nothing abnormal is detected on the visual feed. He remains unresponsive. D9 exits 087 and sits on the floor outside of the entrance. The subject then enters a catatonic state from which he is not yet recovered. This brings us to the end of Exploration 2, and we move on to the third attempt at exploration. D10 is a 23-year-old female of average build and appearance. Psychological background indicates a history of depression. D10 is equipped with a 75-watt flood lamp with a battery power capable of lasting 24 hours, a handheld camcorder fitted with a transmission stream, and an audio headset for communication with Doctor at control. D10 is also equipped with a backpack containing 3.75 liters of water, 15 nutrient bars, and 1 thermal blanket. D10 steps on the ground level landing of 087. The flood lamp illuminates only the first 9 steps. LED lights placed on the wall during the last exploration are not visible. The doctor confirms to begin the descent. D10 descends 13 steps and stops at the landing. There is no trace of the LED light at the location footage from Exploration 2. D10 indicates that the wall where the LED light should have been located feels sticky, and also starts to hear the sound of a child crying. The doctor tells the subject to continue. D10 descends. Upon reaching the next landing, audio of the crying child, consistent with the prior 2 explorations, is picked up. No LED lights appear to be present on any of the landing walls. D10 continues with no incident until she reaches the 17th landing. The subject indicates that there is something on the ground. It is sticky and smells really bad. Video feed confirms the presence of a substance occupying a space approximately 50 centimeters in diameter. The doctor asks the subject to describe the scent, to which the subject responds that it smells kind of like old rusty metal and pee. The doctor tells the subject to continue. D10 continues to the 51st landing without incident. The 51st landing remains unchanged from the previous expedition, and similar observations are made. D10 is asked again to descend until anything unusual is noticed. The subject continues her descent until the 89th landing is reached. The video feed jerks and the subject yells. D10 exclaims that there's a hole in the ground and that she almost fell in. Video feed confirms the presence of a hole approximately 1 meter in diameter. The subject shines the floodlight down, revealing only blackness. Approximately 4 seconds pass, and a light of stops for another 216 flights. 1.5 hours later, D-10 is on the 469th landing, an approximate 1.8 kilometers below the ground level. At this point, the subject states that she is not getting anywhere and that she should return. The doctor tells her to continue, but she ignores him and turns toward the previous flight of stairs to begin her ascent before suddenly screaming. -1, the face is directly behind D-10, blocking her ascent. The face appears approximately 30 centimeters from the lens of the camera. Its eyes are fixed directly on the lens, this time looking not at the subject, but the person viewing the video feed. The video feed glitches and freezes for 4 seconds, accompanied by a static-like screeching noise from the audio feed. It then cuts to bumpy visuals of D-10 descending the stairs rapidly, panicked and hysterical, stating that it has been following me this whole time. D-10 continues to scream and bleed hysterically as she rapidly descends the staircase. The previously heard static-like screeching seems to overlay the audio feed, beneath which can still be heard the original sound of the crying child. Approximately 14 flights down, the video feed swings to show the area directly behind D-10. The face is now approximately 20 centimeters from the camera lens. It is not staring at the subject, rather it is fixated on the camera lens, giving the illusion it is making eye contact with those viewing the footage. It is important to note that since the sighting of -1, the sound of the girl crying and bleeding has been increasing in volume, indicating D-10 is nearing the source. After an approximate 150 panicked flights of descent with 3 visual confirmations of -1 still in pursuit, -10 trips and appears to fall unconscious. Audio feed indicates strong proximity to the source of the crying. The static and screeching noise continue. Video feed shows yet another descending flight of stairs, indicating D-10 still has not reached the base of the stairwell. 12 seconds of motionlessness pass before the face comes into full view of the camera, eye contact being made directly with the viewer. Audio and video feed cut out and no connection is re-established. This brings us to the end of Exploration 3. And we are left only with the special containment procedures in place, as Exploration 4 has been erased from the file. 088 was recovered in the 1930s from a subterranean complex below Los Angeles, California. The site was originally discovered by Mr. S using a device he called a radio X-ray, which was little more than a mechanical dowsing rod. While Mr. S's methods were dubious, his discovery was not. After mapping a series of tunnels and gold deposits below the city, Mr. S declared that he had found the lost city of the lizard people, as described in the legends of Arizona's Hopi tribe. Mr. S's claims went as far as to be featured on the front page of the Los Angeles Times on January 29th, 1934. Before the Foundation was able to verify his claims and silence Mr. S, the subterranean complex was not nearly as extensive as described in legend, and most of the artifacts recovered within were too corroded to provide significant information, save for a long message carved into the rock wall of an unfinished tunnel. Also on file is a containment breach overview for 088. In more than 70 years of containment, 088 has only roused from its state of hibernation twice, breaching containment with a caustic fluid that dissolves most minerals and metals. Each time, multiple personnel were exposed to a second compound, which 088 uses to propagate itself. Affected personnel underwent a painful mutation, after which they shared the physical characteristics of 088. Those few who received a large dosage of the compound administered directly via mouth-to-mouth contact were changed the fastest and subsequently sacrificed themselves to protect 088 from harm. 088 has also demonstrated the ability to produce potent neurotoxins in liquid and gaseous form to combat containment personnel. Containment during the second breach was re-achieved by isolating 088 and affected personnel in the facility and lowering the temperature. Affected personnel built a pedestal from discarded equipment, upon which 088 took a recumbent position before slipping back into hibernation. The mutated personnel were neutralized at this point, and 088 was returned to containment. The current strategy of lower temperature and non-metallic containment has been successful in keeping 088 isolated. This subject was also reclassified to safe status on November during the 1900s. And now, we will conclude today's audio with the special containment procedures. 088 is to remain sealed in its airtight case at all times. The case is of 088's containment should not exceed 15 degrees Celsius, and any personnel entering containment must observe Level 4 hazardous material protocols and wear the appropriate protective gear at all times. Any personnel who do not observe proper containment protocols in presence of 088 or who show signs of physical mutation are to be demoted to D class and held for observation. And with that, we have reached the end of today's audio. I hope you all enjoyed.